From the bright lights of New York City straight to your living room, the Octagon takes center stage. V-Chain UFC 322 brings Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena in a clash of champions. And DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC, puts every kick, clinch, and finish in the palm of your hand. New customers, turn $5 into $300 instantly if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use the code SONNEN. Stay in on the action and use your bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Love the thrill of live betting? Bet live on star, player props, and in-progress games right as they happen. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Sports and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. New customers turn $5 into $300 instantly in bonus bets if your pick wins. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Guys, I'm going to give you an official prediction for Islam versus Jack, but I'm also about to go on ESPN and do this. And the way it works on ESPN, when we have a show and we're going to do the prediction time, I've already submitted my prediction. I typed this whole thing out. I sent it to the producers back in Bristol. The producers there get it to the production team here, in this case in New York. We go on and do it, and then they've got package around it. So when the actual show comes around and I say, all right, my official prediction is, as that name comes out of my mouth on the ESPN Live that they're playing, now that they're showing highlights videos of that person. So this is why it's important. I'm letting you know my prediction is already done. My prediction is already in. Guys, I'm not sure I'm standing with it. And one thing that does happen to me, I think this happens to a lot of people, but I'm susceptible to it as well, which is I can get influenced by others on fight week. You know, I can come out with my opinion, and then I can get to the actual venue. And then that's where I run into John Anik, and, hey, what do you think's going to happen here? Maybe he says something that surprises me. And then I go grab Anthony Smith. Hey, Anthony, we're riding in the car going to do so. Hey, what do you think? And he tells me something that surprises me. But he told me the same thing that Anik said, just for example. So then you turn over to Dominic Cruz. He just sent a quick message. Hey, Rogan, right? Joe knows what he's looking at. And let's just say that those four guys all said the same thing, and it was all a surprise to me. That influences me. I get influenced by that. There's nothing I can do. Like, as a human being, I'm susceptible to experts and their opinions. I'm willing to listen. I am always willing in life to be wrong if you confront me with evidence that I had not previously had. All right. So then you start hearing about training camps. You start hearing some stories. You start hearing, hey, this guy is hurt. Or you start hearing, hey, this guy was hurt. He's healed now, but for the last 3 weeks, he couldn't train. That happened to Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley ended up beating, he won the world championship. It was in Boston. He ends up winning the world title, but he couldn't train before the fight. He was healthy on fight night. But for 3.5 weeks before it, Coach Tim had to rest him because he had a broke rib or a separated rib. He couldn't do any grappling. So it got better in time to walk out there and compete, but he hadn't trained for it. Now, he didn't use that in the fight. Sean never grappled one time in that fight. He knew he was hurt. He knew what his limitations were. He knew, I don't want to go to the ground. And it created this emphasis and this urgency. Boom, and he found that shot, became world champion. So, I mean, sometimes this inside info, so-and-so's hurt, sometimes it's helpful, right? Sometimes it impacts the match. It impacted Sean's match. It created an urgency for him to find the shot on his feet that ultimately won him the fight. Keep that in mind. Why do I say that? Well, I say that because my official prediction is Islam Makhachev. Now, my official method of victory is decision. Very difficult time thinking that Islam could finish Jack. I have too high of a respect for Jack. I remember the first time, I remember being the one that brought him to you guys. And he got brought to me by my producer, Ryan Parsons. Hey, you see this guy? And Ryan married a gal from Australia, so he loves Australia. But when he sees this Australian fighter, he's like, Chael, you got to see this guy, Jack Della Maddalena. We didn't know how to say Jack Della Maddalena. So we're the ones at Bad Guy Inc. that named him JDM. We're the ones that did that. Give me credit or not, but nobody has had three initials except GSP. We're the ones that brought JDM. So my point is, I've been on this guy from the beginning. I've been on this guy since he debuted. I've been on this guy since he was an undercard fighter. And I've seen just what a rough and tumble character he is. But I've never seen him look better than his last fight. I've never seen him look better than he did against Belal Muhammad. And then the big question is, was that him? Because you have a big question of, was that Belal Muhammad? Belal had been in the hospital. He had dealing with all sorts of stuff. He never used it as an excuse. He never said he didn't fight to his best of his ability. I'm just sharing for you, like, Jack looks so good in that fight. That Jack can beat Islam. That Jack that Belal Muhammad had to face not only can beat Islam, he will beat Islam, but I don't know if that Jack can repeat himself, right? I mean, there's times in your career where you fight outside of your gloves. There just are. There's just times where, for whatever reason, and you don't know, and your coaches don't know, and you do your best to recreate that evening. That's the evening that Jack had when he became the world champion. That Jack can beat Islam. But I think that Islam can drag him down and Islam can get on top of him enough. I also think that the idea that if they're standing up, it's Jack, and if they're on the ground, it's Islam. I don't think that's true. Belal Muhammad was also supposed to be able to easily out-grapple Jack. And that's not what we saw. Now there again, you question what condition was Belal in. And that's something that Jack's going to have to prove, right? Doesn't matter if you're the world champion in this sport, all you do is get questioned. That's it. Well, are you good enough to do this? Do you have the courage to do that? It's all we do. You can call it unfair or not, but I will just tell you, I am taking Islam. That's my official prediction. I'm even taking decision. I think you're going to have a real long fight, and if there's ever a finish, it's going to be late. Championship rounds, if there's a finish. But I will just share with you the buzz in the city is changing. And the buzz amongst the boys is changing. Adesanya came out with his pick. He picked Jack by finish. Says it won't even go the distance. Michael Chandler picked Jack. Says he's going to edge him out in a decision, but it's going to be a very clear decision. And those are good opinions. Those are people that have the right to an opinion. I'm not there. I'm on Islam. But I am convinced it's going to be a lot harder fight and a lot longer fight. And if you're talking prop bets, and I'm not giving you any advice, I'm just making conversation here. I'm required to say that. But I am very confident when I tell you this will see championship rounds. And there is a way to bet a fight. Will it go over, under? Will it go over 3 rounds? Will it go under 3 rounds? That's the one I'm most confident in. I'm not certain it goes to a decision, but I am confident we see 4 and 5. So remember I said that. Maybe I'll make that my official prediction. I'm going to put the curse, though. I'm putting it on Islam.